Okay, you just tapped on this. How do you know immediately it's fiber cement?
We get a lot of questions about LP siding, which stands for Louisiana Pacific, which is actually a name brand, so think about Kleenex versus facial tissue. LP siding is basically wood chips and glue, and it has a history of pretty significant rot problems, mostly due to the way that people installed it. But people often ask us, how do you tell the difference between LP siding and between fiber cement siding? And actually, there's a couple of tricks. The easiest one is to just knock on it. These pieces are relatively small, so it's hard to tell. Maybe over here behind Liz. Fiber cement will sound very rigid, kind of hollow, almost brittle, because it's made out of wood fibers and cement. LP siding, when you knock on it, will actually sound kind of like you're tapping on a piece of wood. So it will sound kind of more solid and more substantial and more firm. So when you literally knock on this, you can tell it's fiber cement siding. It's an early generation of it, but it is fiber cement siding. Two other tricks, LP siding at least, and be aware there are other manufacturers, always embossed an L and a P in the knot pattern on the siding. So I don't know if it'll show real well on the camera, but if you look at the knots like here, there's a couple up there over the window. None of them show that characteristic LP. So we know it's not LP siding, or at least the wood composite stuff. And then the last thing you can do is if you look at the underside of the siding boards, LP siding, you'll often see it literally delaminating a little bit from those layers of wood chips and glue. And this sharp edge, again, indicates to us that it's fiber cement siding, not LP. It's not rounded, it's not delaminating, it's a nice square, crisp edge.
Which